we obviously need to do something. We need to figure out a way to stay healthy as we're sitting down in an office environment, 9 to 5.
Not eating good.
Not eating well. We're eating junk food. We're drinking sugars. We're doing all sorts of things. So what we have Kim Nicholson here. She is a mother of 5. She's a wife. She's an author. She's a nutritionist. And one other full disclosure, she's also my mom.
I was about to say, she's your mother.
I figured we throw it in there. She's my mom. So on the screen here, we have Kim Nicholson. Hello, Kim. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks for having me.
So even though you are my mom, and I typically call you mom on a day-to-day basis, for today's interview, for business purposes, we're going to keep it professional. I'm going to call you Kim.
I'm going to call you Mom.
Heather's going to call you Mom.
You're my mom now.
There you go.
That sounds good to me.
The very first question is, Kim, which one is your favorite son? Second question is, as I explained, we're sitting in an office 9 to 5. Why is it that when you sit in office and you're sitting down for so long on your computer, hunched over for 6+ hours a day, why is it harmful for you?
Well, let me put it this way. There is a new disease out there, and we're not talking COVID. And it's a disease called the sitting disease. And I didn't coin the phrase. I'd like to say that I did. It wasn't me. It's a phrase coined by the medical community as well as the scientific community. Okay. And this sitting disease, we used to refer to it as a sedentary lifestyle. It's the 4th leading risk factor for global mortality in physical activity. 3.2 million deaths a year are related to physical inactivity. So it's called the sitting disease. It sounds simple, but it's a killer.
Gotcha. So being that it's called the sitting disease, obviously it doesn't sound too enlightening, but what are some of the effects of it that somebody might have sitting down in an office, hunched over 6+ hours a day? What are some of the risks, the outcomes that people may come across?
Their lifestyle choices, things such as any cardiovascular diseases, obesity, diabetes 2, even certain types of cancer like colon cancer. These all can be reduced if we just stand up and become a little bit more physically active. Let me put you on the spot. All right, I'm going to ask you.
Can't put me on the spot.
Yeah. You and Heather, you can think about this.
Who is your favorite mom?
Go ahead. Put me on the spot. Go ahead.
So I want you to, first of all, in order for us to cure this disease or to make better choices in our life, we have to be aware that it exists, okay? Mm-hmm. So think about it. I want you to tell me right now, how many times during the day, give us a kind of a brief description of what your day looks like. You obviously sleep for about 7 hours, right? So your body's sedentary. You get up and what is your day like?
I know what he does.
What do I do?
You go get a coffee and then you go sit on the couch.
Yep.
And work until noon on the couch, and then you get in your car and you go to the office, and then you sit at the office till 5.
It's a little creepy how well you know my day-to-day already. I'm freaked out a little bit, but yeah.
And then at 2:30, he goes to the bathroom.
Oh my God! Yeah, okay. We'll spare those details, but no, it's very similar to that. You wake up, get your coffee, sit down, and reply to emails that you missed overnight, and then I'll get up to get breakfast, but then sit right back down, and then work until lunch, and then get up, have lunch, sit right back down. Maybe grab, fill up my glass of water every now and then. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Just a lot of sitting.
When you go home, then what do you do then too?
Sit down and play video games.
Sit down, play video games.
Wow, I know you so well.
Yeah, lots of sitting. Watch TV, exactly.
So how many hours a day do you think that you're actually in a seated position?
I really don't want to answer this because I hate the fact that it's probably like
24 hours. You're probably sitting for like 20.
Well, so if I'm sleeping for 6-7 hours, and then I'm sitting probably for at least another.
You're working like at least 8 hours a day.
8 hours, so that's
16,
14.
And then you play video games and watch TV for another 2. That's like 18.
Ugh, I don't like it, but yes, too much.
So anybody who actually sits less than 4 hours is at a minimal risk. And that's 4 hours during your day. That's challenging.
Good thing my work shift is only 4 hours.
There you go, exactly.
Because I only sit for 4 hours.
That means you can't sit down anymore during the day.
I mean, I don't sit down. I lay down. I lay down in my bed for the rest of the day.
She lays down. That's it. All right.
So medium risk is 4 to 8 hours sitting a day. High risk is 8 to 11, and very high risk is 11 hours a day.
I'm screwed. I am so screwed.
At least Andrew Pelotons for like 30 minutes.
I do have a Peloton, and I do Pelly on occasion, but man, this is pretty nerve-wracking right now.
Believe me, exercising is great. And it's recommended that each of us do at least 150 minutes a week. This is above and beyond. And I'm not talking you have to, during your workday, you've got to get down on the floor and do burpees or mountain climbers or anything like that.
New challenge.
I'm saying at first, we need to be aware. We need to be truthful with ourselves. How many hours are we sitting in a day? And then what can we do about it, right? Isn't that kind of what you wanted me here?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what we can do during this time is every hour for at least, think about it, you're sitting in the office for 8 hours or something. So every hour, just stand up, maybe have a stand-up meeting instead of when you get a phone call, instead of us taking a seat when you take the phone call, walk around. I mean, we all have mobile phones now. We can walk around as we're talking. Instead of sending someone an email, get up off your desk and go over and talk to them. Just stand up and have meetings. There's a bonus with that because people don't like to stand too often, and they're not going to hang around and linger around afterwards anyway. So if you have a stand-up meeting, in and out, they'll be out. And then, of course, just consciously setting a plan for yourself. I mean, there's many things like you can do. Basically, you could just walk, like I said. You could do, you could have some things like in your office, like some of the exercise bands that, you could do some bicep curls. You could do some tricep kickbacks. There's a whole bunch of bands that are on the market.
Have you seen those balls that are like chairs, but they're like but you have to keep your balance all day?
Inflatable balls that you sit on.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on those?
You need to have some of those. Those are great. Also having a Fitbit or some sort of watch that'll tell you how inactive you've been. It's set as a reminder that there you go. Set that and it'll tell you what your heart rate is. Because basically all you want to do is to get out of the position that you're currently in. And you could do some yoga positions, some sun salutation ones. You could do, like I said, you could do squats. You could use the bands. Anything that's going to get your body moving. Like I said, it doesn't have to make you sweat. It's just to get your body moving.
I'm going to die one day if I come in here and Andrew's just doing yoga poses.
I'm doing yoga poses. I'm doing yoga poses on that inflatable ball, making sure I'm
sitting there with his legs crossed.
in the middle of a team meeting.
What are you doing?
Exactly. So,
and they also have those standing desks. You've seen those.
Yeah, of course.
I tried to get him to get one. He didn't want one. I have one.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Those are wonderful. Those are wonderful. So you can continue working and just in a standing position.
So we have an idea now of at least what to do with our bodies during those days. But what about the food? What kind of food should we intake as we are going through the day, whether it's snacks or drinks or what have you? What are some food items that you recommend that we have?
Well, obviously, let me tell you what you shouldn't have. Anything, any sodas. I wish we just didn't even have sodas, to be honest with you. Sodas are really tough one to add during your day because you're adding sugars to it, whether it's fake sugars or real sugars, you're still adding sugar to your body. And of course, candy bars. A lot of people think they've got to go in for that rush of sugar high. And instead, they don't realize they can get that rush by eating natural foods. So some of my favorites are hummus. I love hummus. Hummus is great. You can have it with carrot sticks or celery sticks or even crackers if you want to. Edamame. Anytime I go to a sushi restaurant, I always order, 2 extra to take with me so I can eat it throughout the week because soy is a very great way to increase your energy levels. Some other things, of course, would be apples. Right now it's apple season. So apples, and you can add peanut butter to it if you want. Peanut butter is also another wonderful source of a healthy alternative. Drink plenty of water. Of course, that's one of my favorite things one of my favorite mantras is I'm always saying, drink water, drink water, drink water. And so water would be one, and you can add lemon slices or lime slices to it, or cucumbers are wonderful in water. Some other things are yogurt. If you want something kind of cooled and creamy rather than ice cream, take some yogurt. And of course, oatmeal. If you want to add some granola to your yogurt, that also will give you an increased energy without having to get that sugar rush or that sugar high.
Let's talk about stay on that water topic, because I love water. I drink water. I think that's
go hide right now.
Yeah, I think one of my greatest strengths when I am out and people ask me, Andrew, tell me about yourself, one of the things I always say is I drink so much water. It's a part of me. Heather, on the other hand, I don't think you've consumed water in the past 72 hours.
What?
When's the last time you had a glass of water? A full glass of water? It's been a while, right?
Probably yesterday morning.
Okay, that's not good.
Okay, but Andrew made me get those sparklets, the thing for my house.
The water
and
delivery?
they keep bringing me water, and I'm not going through it fast enough.
Gotta do it.
I've literally been on the same half gallon for probably a week.
So why is, obviously, we know the basics of why water is so important, but what are some of the benefits of drinking a certain amount of water a day, and how much water should we really be drinking throughout the day?
Well, think about it this way. 70 to 80% of your body is made up of water. Every cell in your body is based upon water, your brain. So when you get dehydrated, you feel kind of sluggish. If you can taste it, you can tell when you get that like cotton mouth feeling. Your lips get chapped, your skin gets chapped. You can tell the people who drink water.
Is this why I have all these problems?
Yeah, Heather, all these problems that you're listing off,
wait,
Heather.
my lips are chapped. Wait, my skin is really dry right now.
Heather is slowly becoming more and more hurt by the fact that she's realized she doesn't.
And then I drink coffee, which dehydrates you.
Yes.
Yes, and alcohol too. So
Heather's a little hungover this morning. So again, this is right up her.
Called out.
Make sure you drink that water. No, but it's water. I mean, water is just, if you wanted to do one thing this week to make yourself healthier, Heather, is drink water. And how much should you drink? Well, there's a rule of thumb out there, and it's like take your weight,
And
divide it in half, put it in ounces. That's what your water intake should be a day.
That's a lot of water.
It is a lot of water. So it's going to take you a while to get used to. But I kind of, I take that kind of as a rule of thumb, and I kind of would say, all right, I'm going to take a little bit of that off because I don't want to be running to the bathroom all day long, but it will make
taking your exercise in, running to the bathroom
Running
5
to the
times
bathroom.
an hour.
That's right.
Well,
So
it
for
gets you up and away from your desk, doesn't it?
Exactly. So for people like Heather who have a problem remembering to drink water, who just don't want to drink water.
Is this an intervention?
Yes, this is actually an intervention. We're not actually recording anything. We're just intervening you. What are some tricks that you might offer Heather to say, hey, try this out to be able to remember to drink more water, to want to drink more water? What would you do if somebody came to you and said, Kim, I need help drinking more water?
Yeah. I think one of the best things that you can do is to get a water bottle that indicates how many fluid ounces it holds.
And then just fill it up.
I think my best friend is a hydro flask because it keeps the water cold. Because that's the thing. I don't like drinking warm water.
But do you think it would help to actually see the water levels of where you're at?
A hydro flask is like, what, 24 ounces?
Yeah, but you can't see through it though.
I know, but
what Kim is saying is the water bottles that are transparent, that have the levels of where you should be throughout the day.
Okay.
I think that would be good.
Is this my new present?
Yes.
And the other thing is, especially for people who have allergies, you need to be drinking water every 15 minutes, even if it's just a sip or two. It'll help with your allergies.
Kim, how do you know so much about water? Tell us.
Well, I wrote a book on it.
What's the book called?
And the name, why you should drink more water. 50 ways, 50 reasons why, and 100 reasons how.
So let's get back to why some embarrassing stories about Andrew while we have you on the camera. While we have you here, tell me about when he was 5.
We'll save that for the after show here. But no, this was great. Really appreciate all the insight that you provided to us. Gave us some really good information that we could hopefully learn.
Get some water now.
We're going to go drink a gallon or 2 of water. But no, this is great. Kim, do you have anything you want to promote? I know you have your website, you have your books.
Yep, I know. What I really kind of stand for, and I've always been this way ever since you were little, is promote a healthy lifestyle, because it all comes down to choices, and every little choice you make during the day can affect your health. And so if you can just make one small change, it will make a big difference in your life. So, you know me,
That was
I can talk for hours about health and fitness.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And you have talked for hours and hours.
Usually clear a room that way when I start.
Well, that was great. Kim, thank you so much for being here. Make sure to check out Kim's website, kimnick.com. We have an assortment of a library of books that you've written for kids fitness to, the importance of drinking water, to water fitness. If you want more information on living that healthy lifestyle, definitely check out kimnick.com. Kim, thank you again for being here, and I hope to see you soon.
All right. Bye, everybody.